Okay, underhand knife stab defense. So my partner's lunging in with just a straight little poke here. So with all the knife defense, I'm going to use the back of my hand. Okay, especially if this were a two-edged knife. If I blocked improperly here, I don't want to get my wrists cut. So I'm always going to present the back side of the hand towards the blade. Okay. If I try and block like this, which is probably more instinctual, okay, that's bad news. So, just like our club defense, with our knife defense, I don't want to stay in this plane. If I try and block this and he stabs strong, there's still a chance that I'm going to take that. So I want to get outside of the line that he's coming at. So as he steps in and stabs, I'm stepping out. Okay, that's probably the most important part. Okay, he's going to stab where I am. That's where he's aiming. If he comes in with a really strong thrust, boom. Okay, at the very least, I'm going to get out of the way. Okay, you won't always be able to establish a firm grapple on his arm, and so at the very least, we're stepping out of the way. So I'll show the move, and then we'll break it down. He steps in with that big, strong, thrusting stab. Okay. I'm moving through, finishing with a wrist lock to take the knife away. And now I'm in this great position to commit probably murder myself. So, get a good word. So, first thing, most important thing, get out of the way of the knife. Deep step to this angle. Don't step so far out that now I can't reach him. Okay? So I'm stepping and I'm turning to face the weapon. Okay? If I just step and stay straight on, it's hard to get a hold of the weapon, and I'm presenting my body towards the person. So I want to step in at an angle, okay, to decrease my profile here. This hand, again, backhand to the wrist. Boom. Okay. Ideally, that stops most of his forward momentum with that. Okay. At the same time, this hand is grabbing the elbow so that he can't pull away. This hand's going to push through. This hand is going to pull the elbow. So I'm putting him in that little kimura here. Okay. I'm going to continue to move around, and I want to move this hand right up his back. Okay. I'm just going to spider walk it up his back. He stabs in. One. You can see I'm stepping, turning my body, going hands-on in one motion. Okay, if I try and break this down, he's going to continue to stab at me. So it's one. This hand walks up the back. This hand continues to push the elbow down. Now I'm going to step in and block his tricep with my body. Okay. You can grab the tricep here or the shoulder. Can sometimes give you a little more retention if you feel like he's getting away. But generally I'm just right here because I like where it puts my elbow on the wrist. If I grab here, I don't have as much leverage. Okay? So, I'm here. I can trap this arm nice and tight. And now I'm going palm up. Let's turn just a little. I'm going palm up under this hand, and I'm going to pull that wrist to me. You can see how my hand transitions to the knife. Okay, and now I have a weapon. So, as I fold this wrist, it tends to make the fingers open. And you can try it with yourself, just right here. Make a nice tight fist, and now we're going to bend that wrist and feel what happens to your grip the more pressure you put on there. It'll loosen it at least a little bit. Okay? So that wrist lock will weaken the grip to where we can actually pull the knife out of the hands. And as always, we're gonna pull the knife towards the fingertips, not towards the fingers. Okay. So, 2 steps in. 1. Continue to move around, walk the hands up. I like to trap here as long as I can keep the elbow on the wrist. Palm up, wrist lock. I've got to trap his elbow with my body to apply pressure to the wrist. If his elbow's out here and I try and put pressure on the wrist, his elbow can slide out to alleviate that pressure. So I'm blocking with my body for a nice tight wrist lock. Usually there's a little bit of handle sticking out right here that I'm going to grab onto in order to do that wrist lock. Do one from this angle. 1. Continue to move around. This hand spider walks up the back. Okay. I've moved deep enough so that that elbow is right in my stomach. I'm grabbing the tricep shoulder here. Grabbing it under, palm up. And you can see hopefully there's a little bit of handle right there and I can get on the knife. Wrist lock. Okay. I'm pulling in and then pushing the point of the knife away. Makes for a nice little nasty wrist lock there.